widdz here, and in today's video I have once again something new I have never covered in the Division 2, and that is a second shotgun build. If you did watch my video yesterday, saw how I realized how I've been sleeping on the showstopper or shotguns in particular. So with that, I also did test another shotgun build, and this one is a one-shot one-kill build or a one-shot two-kill build. I will go through two different builds and also give you details how you can set this up. So we're gonna kick off the video going through the weapon. There is two weapons I would recommend for this. I did choose to use the M870, mainly because of all the memories and nostalgia from Division 1, but the SPAS 12 can actually be better in a lot of cases. But let's just go through M870, then we can talk about the SPAS 12. So M870 comes with 3 different mods. That is one of the difference compared to SPAS 12 that only comes with a mag. Not the biggest deal for this build though, but yeah, if we check the gun itself, all shotguns you want to get damage to target out of cover as an attribute. Pretty long reload time, we reload one by one, but that's why I use pummel once again, because if you get 3 kills, then you refill the mag, and on top of that you get 40% weapon damage. So with that, with this build, if you play it correctly, you should not have an issue and have to reload often at all, if not at all. I did try to go full accuracy, like I had 110% accuracy, but I just don't feel like it's doing much at all. But you can skip the critical hit chance and go 30% accuracy. That will give you a total of 60%, which is making the spread a bit tighter. I have played both and I don't think it's that big of a difference though. On the mag, honestly, I would just go reload speed. It kind of depends on your build, how min-maxed it is, which we will get to later, because you need to hit a certain headshot damage threshold. But that is the M870. In terms of talents, you can also play Brazen, which will give you more damage overall, but you would have to reload, which is quite lengthy. But that's one of the benefits where the SPAS comes in. So if we compare the guns straight ahead, we can see that the SPAS 12 have 5 meters more range. It does shoot slower. It does have a bigger mag. So it will have longer reload time, 4.46. While this one have 2.43, so I guess the reload is pretty identical. I did put on a reload speed here. If you're using SPAS 12, you would have an easier time with pummel. You have longer range. Only thing you lose is 2 mods, which in this case could be 10 crit chance or 60% accuracy. So I definitely think SPAS 12 is something you should try. It might be the better one here. But I just love the M870, so that's why I picked that one. We take a look at the pistol. Since we have so little crit chance and crit damage, which is a bit annoying, you could use an orbit to just get perfect finisher by killing like a skill or a red enemy. Since we have headhunter, that is pretty easy to do, but that's worth to note. I mean, if you really want to, we don't use exotic, you could use busy little b. Of course, it takes quite some time to build this up, but if you want to get those really big numbers, you could do that. We do take a look at the first piece that is really key for this build in particular. We have Chain Killer, which is a named Walker and Harris piece, so 5% weapon damage straight away. And then of course Headhunter, which is mandatory for this build. And this one is perfect, so a little bit faster build up. But for this one, you need to get 150 headshot damage to trigger the 1250%, otherwise it's just 800. So with that said, you want to get your headshot damage to 150%. And as you can see, we have 154.8. There is a downside with using Headhunter on shotgun though, as you will see in the gameplay. I mean, sometimes you lose it because like the kill will be like a body shot kill. Like right there, I lost it. So you kind of need to aim a little bit higher up if you really want to keep Headhunter. It's not the biggest deal if you lose it though, in comparison with like sniper or pistol. Like you will do good damage anyway. So with that said, we need to get as much headshot damage as possible. So headshot damage is priority number 1 as attribute. And then put the second one to either weapon handling or I guess crit chance. I've been picking weapon handling though. And then in terms of course, I have played like 6 blues. I have played 6 reds. I did play this lastly with 3 blues. And I don't think the 6 red is really that needed. I think I enjoy the 5 blues almost the most, but with 3 blues yesterday, which is the gameplay you're mainly gonna see, the survivability is good and I'm one-shotting like everything that I need to. So I would recommend like minimum 3 blues, I think is kind of key. But you can play around with it a bit, maybe go like 4 or 5 blues even. Like the damage is really good on this one. And then we have the last piece, which is a Memento backpack. So getting weapon damage, bonus armor, armor regen, just giving you so much survivability. And since we are playing shotgun, it's gonna be extremely easy to get the trophies because we will be up close. So definitely would recommend this. Memento works for so many builds and it just adds so much for you. In case you don't have Memento, you could run like a Seska or something with Bloodsucker, and that's a way to get some more survivability on the build. But kind of the budget version of it. Maybe even go Palisade for the armor on kill. So that is one way you could do it without Memento backpack. But definitely Memento is better though. And then lastly, we have 4-piece Hunter's Fury, one of the few sets in the game that gives shotgun damage. But we are using a Chain Killer, right, which kind of makes this build work well with the pistol. You can have like a rifle, and yeah, I mean the damage will be really, really good. So that's worth to keep in mind. Like you can swap to rifle or pistol while playing this build. But yeah, Hunter's Fury, 2-piece, 15 shotgun damage. 3-piece, armor on kill, health on kill, so really good survivability. 4-piece gives you 20% amp damage when you are in 15-meter radius of the NPC, right? And if you kill a debuffed enemy, so if they are in 50 meters and got the debuff, they will disorient other enemies within 5 meters. And then on top of that, you get even more amp damage, 5%, that stacks up to 5, so 25% on max stacks. So pretty damn good set. One of the best sets in the game. It works for like literally every single gun. But of course, in this case, we have a shotgun, so perfect. So that is the build. I combined this with a Revive Hive. Nothing too special there. And then a shield just to use in case for that survivability. Since we have blues, like we're gonna have a stronger shield, right? And you can play like 5 blues and then you would have a tier 6 shield instead, right? And in terms of specialization, nothing new here. We're gonna be playing Gunner. Make sure you get the shotgun damage. You can see I've been playing other builds since, so I don't have shotgun damage in right now. But Gunner for that armor on kill. Faster reload as well. Rate of fire. All the good stuff. But to be honest with this build, since we're playing Hunter's Fury, you don't have to play this one. Like if we want to talk something else, you could like use Firewall to get the better shield, which will increase the damage, right? Like people, like the amount of NPCs in front of you will give you a lot of damage. So you could use that. Like honestly, with this build, you can, I mean, I guess I should be running Sharpshooter, which is something I haven't gone through, but you probably saw it in the video. Was using a sniper scope. And I mean, I think if you get used to it, it's actually not that bad. Because then you can get the digital scope. So maybe Sharpshooter is the way. Of course, that's the only benefit here, really. But then you get 45% headshot damage, which means you can put more stuff into crit. Right? Because you would use the digital scope right here for 45% headshot damage. Which will make it so you can put a lot of this into crit. Right? And then if you have a lot of blues, modifier-wise, then whenever you hit tier 3 in both firearms and stam, you will get a lot of headshot damage right here. Like, let's say like between 30 to 50. 30 to 40, I guess, would be more realistic how many blues you go. And then you have like, let's say 40, then you have 80% headshot damage just for free. And then you can put everything into crit instead. But I mean, using the scope, it's kind of annoying. It's like fun for a bit, but it can be annoying though. But yeah, just thought I would put it out there if you want to try it that way. Might do that and put on my second channel. And then here I'm just using extra padding, loaded up, and the best kind of defense. So depending on blues, I would just play the tackling for more damage. So I would be playing the damage link. But yeah, that is the main build. So if we go through the second build pretty quick, this one is gonna use Turmoil, and I know all of you guys don't have it, but I want to mention it because Turmoil is insane when it comes to headhunter builds. Because this splits the damage by 50%. So you hit the target, it will do 50% to that target and 50% to the closest target to that. But whenever you stack up Headhunter, and you have this fully stacked, like the Headhunter don't care about that. So you will do 100% damage to both of them. One way you can do it is to just go like this. Ninja Bike, and everything else the same. We have 4-piece Hunter's Fury. We have Walker and Harris. which is not too bad. At least we get like 5 damage to armor. Seska, we get hazard, which is like not ideal because not damage, but it does give us crit. And of course, Ninja Bike is not ideal either, but we do get Turmoil. The survivability on this build in particular is not great because now we lose Momento. It worked really good when you get it going, but it can also be quite a struggle to play. I think in terms of stats power, you want to just go more blues. But definitely, when you get this going, you will just destroy everything. And you can make it look really amazing. But then you have times where it will be quite hard. Because the build up on this is pretty slow to build up Headhunter, right? So just like an extra bonus build for you guys out there. I will definitely be playing... I will definitely try this with Sharpshooter. And go that like more crit route. And yeah, we'll probably post that on my second YouTube channel in case you want to see that. So check out youtube.com/widdz.tv, especially if you want to get all the Division videos, because that's where a lot of the videos will be in the future. But with that said, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next YouTube video, either here on widdz or widdz TV at TikTok and YouTube, or live on my stream at twitch.tv/widdz.